Namaskar. Welcome to Hamska Academy. Today we will be discussing about the case studies related to Geography Chapter 6 Industries of Grade 8. Geography Chapter 6 Industries of Grade 8. So in that we will be discussing the factors which were favorable for the establishment of iron and steel industry as a part of primary industries example, primary sector example. As a part of secondary sector example, we'll be looking at cotton textile industry. And as a part of service sector, we'll be looking at IT sector industry. So we'll be looking at two case studies of every sector of industry, and we'll be comparing what are the favorable conditions. So this is related to the factors which contribute for the establishment of any kind of industry. What are the factors that play an important role for establishing any kind of industry? We will understand through different case studies. Let me share my screen. Iron and steel industry. As we all know, one of the basic industries is the iron and steel industry. Iron and steel industry comprises of various input processes and outputs, and it is a mineral based industry. So iron and steel industry is an example for mineral based industry. As we discussed in the previous videos, the any industrial system has three processes. One is inputs, second one is the processes, third one is the outputs. How and what are the raw materials that we are taking? That is called inputs. Processes. What are the steps that are made to purify the input raw materials, or to break them, or to smelt them? Whatever methodology we follow, those all comes under processes. And the final product, what we get, is called outputs. So the iron and steel industry comprises of inputs, processes, and outputs. It is a mineral based industry. What are the inputs? Let us look at what are the inputs for the iron and steel industry. The inputs for the iron and steel industry includes the raw materials such as iron ore, core, limestone, labor, capital, and other infrastructure. So as a part of inputs for the iron and steel industry, we need iron ore, limestone, labor, capital, and other infrastructure. Moving to the second stage, that is processing. In processing, we need iron ore is converted into steel after it undergoes different stages like smelting, refining. We also follow the process of extracting the metals from their ores by heating beyond their melting point. Heating any particular metal beyond their melting point is known as smelting. If you heat any metal beyond the melting point, then it starts to melt down. That is called smelting. So, in the process of the iron ore industry, we have smelting, refining, extracting the metals from their ores. After you do all these processes, you get the output, that is steel. The output what we get is steel. Now, steel is a backbone of modern industry because it is used as raw material for almost all industries. Steel is a very, very important product in the modern industry. It is literally the very, very important product. That's why it is called as the backbone of modern industry. It is used as raw material for almost all the industries. And the availability of raw materials, cheap labor, transport, market are considered as few advantages that helped for the establishment of iron and steel industry in India, which paved the way for the development. So in India, we have the availability of raw materials for iron ore industry or iron industry, cheap labor, transport facilities, good rail network, good road network, markets. We have the entire Asia market for us. So the iron and steel industry has the processes of input, processes, and outputs. It is a mineral-based industry. It needs the raw materials such as iron ore, limestone, labor, capital, and other infrastructure. So it has to undergo the stages in the second step, that is processes, that is melting and refining of iron ore. And the final output what we get is steel. Now steel is a very, very important industry or product for most of the modern industries. It is also known as the backbone of modern industry. So it is useful in every industry. So what are the factors that made iron and steel industry to develop in India? Those factors are availability of raw material, cheap labor, transport, and market are few advantages that help the iron and steel industry to develop in India. The important steel producing centers in India are Burnpur and Durgapur in West Bengal, Bokaro and Jamshedpur in Jharkhand, Bhilai in Chhattisgarh, and Rourkela in Orissa. We will be learning or understanding the importance of TISCO, the Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. So we have major states where iron and steel industries are located are West Bengal, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and Orissa. Now TISCO means Tata Iron and Steel Company Limited. It is the first major steel producing company set up in 1907 in Jamshedpur, India. It is the first major steel producing company that has been set up in 1907 in Jamshedpur, India. Major steel industries are located across the world in Germany, USA, China, Japan, and Russia. So globally, we have the industries located in Germany, USA, China, Japan, and Russia. India's steel production increased from 1 million ton in 1947 to 30 million tons in 2002. 1 million ton in 1947 to 30 million tons in 2002. Similarly, we also have Pittsburgh in the USA as an important steel city and also has many other factories that use the steel as the raw material around the Pittsburgh region. So the iron and steel industry, we discussed what are the factors, what are the processes, what are the raw materials, what is the first major steel producing company in India, where are the major steel industries located across the globe, what are the important steel producing centers in India, in what is the production increase of steel in India, and what is a famous steel city in USA? Let's move on to another case study. Cotton industry. The second industry what we are going to learn is cotton industry. The word textile has been derived from a Latin word known as tecere. Tecere means to weave. The tecere is a word, Latin word, meaning to weave. Fibers are the raw materials for the textile industry. Now, these fibers are again natural and man-made. They can be using either natural or man-made. Natural fibers are like wool, silk, cotton, linen, jute, which are the fibers, including the man-made fibers are nylon, polyester, acrylic, and rayon. So we have two types of fibers which are raw materials for textile industry. They are called man-made or natural. The examples of natural fibers which are made naturally, which you get from the crops, which you get from the animals: wool, silk, cotton, linen, and jute. But when it comes to the man-made fibers, which are artificial fibers, known as nylon, polyester, acrylic, and rayon. Before industrial revolution, the cotton cloth was made with the help of spinning wheels. We used to have the spinning mills and the looms with the use of hand during the industrial revolution period or before the industrial revolution period. But after the industrial revolution, that has brought a lot of machines into textile industry, leading to mechanization of textile industry and cotton gins. One of the key inventions of the industrial revolution, which brought a lot of change in the cotton textile industry, came in late 18th century, that is a cotton gin. A cotton gin is a machine that quickly and easily separates cotton fibers from the seeds. So it increased the productivity. So one major invention that has brought a lot of change in the cotton textile industry, that is in the weaving of cotton, is cotton gin, which makes the separation of cotton fiber from the seeds. Great Britain was the first country to have a power loom. The major textile industries are present in India, Hong Kong, and South Korea. So we have major textile industries across the globe, mostly in Asia, that is in India, Hong Kong, and South Korea. In India, specifically, we want to see where is the first mill that is being located. That is, the first mill was set up as early as 1818 at Fort Gloucester near Kolkata, but it was unsuccessful and had to be closed down. So that was not the first textile mill. But those who are preparing for any UPSC examinations or NET examinations, if you have to know the basics GK, then we need to know this one. Similarly, the first successful modern textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. Mumbai in Maharashtra is the largest city of India, followed by Ahmedabad in Gujarat. About 1/3 of the total population of textile industry is exported. About how much percentage? 1/3 of the total production of the textile industry in India, especially from Mumbai, it has been exported. And who takes the major share from India? That is USA. The biggest importer of Indian textiles in the world is United States of America. Now moving on, initially the cotton mills were concentrated in the states of Maharashtra and Gujarat due to the favorable climatic conditions. But now the industry has spread to other parts of India like Coimbatore, Kanpur, Chennai, Kolkata, Ludhiana, Puducherry, and Panipat. Now, why and how they're able to get the same climatic conditions? One is the availability of the raw materials easily, suitable and favorable climatic conditions, flat terrains available, and also they have availability of skilled and semi-skilled labor from the densely populated states of Gujarat and the neighboring states of Maharashtra, resulted in the expansion of industry in the regions. So what are the favorable or the raw materials or conditions that are required? One is raw materials. Next, we need climatic condition which has to be suitable. We need flat terrain for construction of industry. Then we need access, means availability of the skilled and semi-skilled labor. So these all makes favorable conditions for establishing cotton mills in Maharashtra and Gujarat. Now, Ahmedabad is also famous and known as Manchester of India. Similarly, we have Manchester of Japan, that is the port city of Osaka, is a hub for textile industry in Japan. These are the points which we discussed about cotton textile industry. Let's move on to IT industry. IT, the full form is information technology. Basically, information technology is a study, design, and implementation of computer-based information systems. IT industry basically is studying, designing, and implementing the computer-based informations. So it basically deals with the usage of technology. It can be either hardware or software. So to manage and process the information to enable the conversion, transmission, storage, and retrieval of the data. So now, what do we do in the IT industry? It consists of two kinds of technologies. One is hardware, one is software. And what we have to do is in this industry to manage, to process information, to enable the conversion, to transmit, to storage, and to retrieve it whenever you can need it. That is the purpose or the main duty of the IT industry. Now, Silicon Valley is a world famous IT industry, major hub in the world. So two major hubs of IT industry are Silicon Valley in California and Bengaluru in India. Bengaluru is known as Silicon Plateau. Silicon Valley is California. Now the silicon chips consists of silicon, which is semiconductor and are used to connect the circuits which are used. Now, the silicon chips are used, which are consisting silicon, which is a semiconductor and which is used to connect or integrate the circuits. Now, what are the two major hubs, IT hubs in the world? One, Silicon Valley in California and Silicon Plateau in Bengaluru, India. Now, IT hubs are also located in the metropolitan centers of India like Mumbai, New Delhi, Hyderabad, and Chennai. The IT sector provides jobs to maximum population in the service sector. So IT sector holds a major share in providing jobs for the service sector. The Indian IT engineers and technology is considered to be the best among the world. Which is considered as the best among the world? The Indian IT engineers and technology is considered to be the best among the world. And the first state in India to announce an IT policy was Karnataka in 1992. So this is the information related to IT industry. So in this video, we learned about the iron and steel industry. What are the steps that are involved in iron and steel industry? What are the raw materials that are required to establish, or the conditions that favored for the advanced development of iron and steel industry in India? Then we looked at the producing centers. Then we moved on to cotton textile industry. Then we learned about the industrial revolution, what is a cotton gin, how it has brought a great change. Then we moved to find out what is the first successful modern textile mill in India. And then we learned about the Manchester of India and Manchester of Japan. Then we discussed about the IT, that is what is Silicon Valley, what is Silicon Plateau, what is the process that they do in the IT industry, and what is the first state, or which is the first state to announce the first IT policy in India, that is Karnataka in 1992. That's all we have in this chapter. Thank you.